Okay, so that's how Princess Diana is related to Mark David Chapman. They're basically just cousins. They share this grandparent. How about Boris Johnson? He's related to Boris Johnson 2 different ways. And it's more than that. These are all incomplete list. How many ways is he related to Abraham Baldwin? 3 different ways. Wow. 3 different ways. How many ways are you related to the same person? Jonathan Gillette is, he's related to Nancy Reagan. This through Jonathan Gillette, they share that same parent. But as we've seen, they share 2 grandparents. Yeah. Here's George Bush. How's he related to him? He's cousins. See, you can see they share that same grandparent right here, William Carpenter. Same way with John Hinckley Jr. He's related to him. They're cousins. Same with Jodie Foster. They're cousins. Same with Joe Biden. They're cousins. Same with Dan Quayle. They're cousins. Same with the 5th director of the CIA through this guy Thomas Bliss. And so is Dan Quayle is through Thomas Bliss. And so is Joe Biden through Thomas Bliss. They all share the same grandparent, John Bliss. Okay, but it's all just coincidence. Well, how many ways is he related to this Charles Dawes, the U.S. Vice President? 3 different ways. Yeah, that all makes sense. That all makes sense. And how about Mike Huckabee? Because he's on a lot of them lists. I already showed you in the last couple videos, or last videos or whatever, he's related at least 4 different ways to this guy. 4, 5, 10 different ways. Anyways, he's related 2 different ways. He's the governor of Arkansas, the 44th governor. I mean, I showed you the presidents, the vice presidents, the secretaries of states. Then I'm showing you the first ladies. Now I'm showing you the political assassins, and now I even did that, and I'm on to Mark David Chapman, who is a political assassin, but we didn't even realize that he was a political assassin. But yes, he was. He was royal. He's royalty. They all have bloodlines to go back to the same 7 kings, the first 7 kings of every country. But it's all just a coincidence. All right, so I'm going to get off of these assassins, political assassins, and then that last one was kind of a political assassin, Mark David Chapman. But we're going to move on to this Aldous Huxley. Okay, he wrote a book called Brave New World about a dystopian future, and I'm going to do a video on it called The Brave New World. You know what I mean? So, but in this video, we want to see. How is this guy royal? And the answer obviously is yes, or I wouldn't be bringing him up, would I? But I want you to notice something, right? Let's look at his thingy, right? Now I'm only going to show you his grandparents, okay? I'm not showing any uncles or cousins or anything like that. These are all, and I made everything larger too, so it's easier to see. Remember, there was 4 lower kings: King Edward I, King Henry III, Henry VIII, and Elizabeth I. Those were the 4 lower kings. And then there were 7 higher kings. Look at this. 2 of the lower kings, Edward I and Henry III, are his grandparents. And then look at the what do they call these? The Magna Carta signers, right? The signers of the Magna Carta. There's 6. He's got 6 of them. And then he's got the 5 of 7 of the crowns, kings. You know what I mean? They go back 1,300 years. The first kings of everything, right? Here's 5 of them right here. He is a direct descendant of these 5 kings, 6 Magna Carta signers, and 2 lower kings. That's like 13 people or something like that. What is that? 11, 12, 13 people. He has 13 grandfathers listed here. Now, that's Aldous Huxley, the author of the book, right? Here, let's move this back up. And we'll go on to someone else. How about this? How about the first CIA director, right? First director of the CIA and the 19th and last director of Central Intelligence. I'm guessing the CIA used to be called Central Intelligence, and he was the director there, and then they switched over to the CIA, and he became the first director of the CIA. Porter Goss. Let's just see how he is. Look at this. His third great-grandfather is a U.S. Supreme Court Justice. Jeez, who would have guessed? Okay, so remember, in the last one, we had King Edward I and King Henry III, right? Wait, let me see. Yep, there they are. King Edward I. Then we had what? 6 of the Magna Carta signers. What do we got here for this guy, for this first director of the CIA? 6 signers, 7, 8. 8 signers of the of the Magna Carta. And then, well, we got 5 of the 7 kings. The same 7 kings, the same. Keep in mind, these are the same Magna Carta signers too, right? You know what I mean? Look at this. You got Gilbert de Clare and Richard de Clare, right? You got Gilbert de Clare, and I don't see a Richard de Clare, but he has more than the other one. Oh, Richard de Clare. And then what do you got? Sasser de Quincy. What do you got over here? Sasser de Quincy, right here. Now you got Hugh Le Bigod and Roger Le Bigod. Here you got Roger Le Bigod, and the other one is somewhere. But anyways, they're the same. Oh, here it is. Hugh Le Bigod. They're the same people, man. They share 13 grandfathers, man. Do you see that? They share 13 grandfathers. Just like over here, the 5 kings would be right here. See, same 5 kings, man. Okay, so that's Aldous Huxley and Peter Goss. Now let's go. That was the first director of the CIA. What about the 5th director of the CIA? I wonder if he shares the same 13 grandfathers that go back 1,300 years ago to the first 7 kings. Let's see. First of all, you can see his grandfather is John Foster, 32nd U.S. Secretary of State. Of course, why not? Remember, it was King Edward I and Henry III. He's a grandkid to them. Yep. How many Magna Carta signers? The same ones. Here's Hugh Le Bigod and Sasser de Quincy. It's the same people. Gilbert de Clare, William Abney. But anyways, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, very similar. And then look, here's the 5 kings. The 5 kings. So they share these 13 grandfathers. How about the 11th director of CIA? We did the first director, we did the 5th director. Let's do the 11th director of the CIA, which is George H.W. Bush. Let's see how he compares. Oh, he's a grandkid too to get King Edward I, Henry III, and he's got 12 of the Magna Carta signers. He's got more than anybody. Then he's got the same 5 kings. 5 of the 7 kings. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up here 5. Wow. So this guy, Aldous Huxley, who wrote the book Brave New World, shares 13 grandfathers with the first director of the CIA, the 5th director of the CIA, the 11th director of the CIA, and there's 2 more, but I can't show that I know of. Okay, there's more than that. Okay, but there's 2 more that I know of. But I can't show everybody and everything and whatever. How many ways is Aldous Huxley related to the first CIA director? Oh, 2 different ways, or 2 different ways he's related. Wow. How many ways is he related to the 5th director of the CIA? Or no, this is the 5th director of the CIA, Meghan Markle. They are related 3 different ways. Wow. Okay, so we saw the 1st director of the CIA, the 2nd director, 5th director of the CIA, the 11th director of the CIA, which was George H.W. Bush, and Aldous Huxley, all have the same 7 kings that they're related directly to as grandchildren. Okay, well, what about George Bush's wife? She can't have the same whatever, right? Okay, Barbara Bush. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She's grandchildren to 7 of the 12 Magna Carta signers, right? She's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's direct descendants to 5 of the 7 kings. I don't see Edward I or Henry III, though. Let's go back down here. Okay, Edward I is a great grand uncle. So that means Henry III would be a grand uncle, a 19th grand uncle. Yeah. Through, it even says right here, via Henry III. So she's still related to these 2 lower kings, King Edward I and Henry III, just like the other ones, and the 5 major kings out of the 5 out of the 7, and what did we say? 7 of the Magna Carta signers. Boy, they sure got a very similar background when it comes to their royal bloodline. They all seem like they have the same bloodline. Well, what about Barack Obama? He can't have the same, can he? Yep. Oh, King Edward I, King Edward III. And keep in mind, these are direct, so far except for Barbara Bush and King Edward I and King Edward III. These are all direct bloodlines. Direct bloodlines. They are children or grandchildren of these people. How about the Magna Carta? We got, what, 6 there, 7? 7 of the Magna Carta. 7 out of 12. Wow. And he's got all 5 of the, 5 of the 7 crowns, the major kings that you have to be related to. So again, so far all these people I'm showing you, they share 13 grandparents. They just happen to be the most important people in history. But it's all quinkadink. Well, okay, well that's how it is over here. But it's probably different than the way the monarchy works in England, right? Because we don't have a monarchy in the United States. So obviously it's going to be different, right? So let's look up the king that's king of right now, King Charles III, who used to be Prince Charles. Remember, he was married to Princess Diana. Now he's king because his mother, Elizabeth II, died. So let's see. We have King Edward I, King Henry III, and this one actually has 13, I think. No one from the United States has more than 12 Magna Carta signers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, no, he's only got 12. He's got 12 signers of the Magna Carta, just like Bush. Oh, no, here it is, 13. It'll be 13. Yeah, I noticed that over in the United States, we usually have 12. In England, in their monarchy, they usually have 13. There's probably a Millet. Yeah, William Millet. He makes a difference. But also, the 5 kings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, we're missing somebody. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there he is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of the 7 kings. So again, they have the same 13 grandparents. They share 13 of the same grandparents. But so what? The King of England. Well, what about the Queen of England? Right? This is the Queen of England right now, Camilla Parker Bowles. She's married. She's the second wife of King Charles. When King Charles was Prince Charles, he was married to Princess Diana. This is his second wife. Okay, let's see. Oh, now I'm not. You got King Edward I, King Henry III, just like the other ones. You have a bunch of Magna Cartas. There's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, So she's got 11 of those out of 12, so that's pretty good, man.